Hi, this is Rebecca's Intuitive Readings and the inspirational page Touched by Nature. I'm hoping that this record's okay today because I have two naughty cats in the room with me. But I was asked yesterday by the angels in spirit to talk about feathers, because I was very naive in the past and I automatically thought that it was just white feathers that the angels sent us. And again, it's my personal view that the angels and past loved ones do send us feathers, because I know when I lost my dad, this beautiful man behind me, that I was lost for a while, and I was sent at that time a lot of white feathers, and I used to always, whenever I found one, I'd say, "Thanks Dad, I know you're near." But again, that's my personal view, and it's up to the individual what they believe. And it was also a little bit naive of me to think that we'd only ever receive white feathers, because there's a story I'll talk about later where I was sent a different colour of feather, and that opened me up to looking into and researching about all different coloured feathers. So we'll start with the colour purple, which is a colour that is associated with us connecting to our higher selves, a colour of wisdom, spirituality, vision, and also associated with Archangel Zadkiel. Archangel Zadkiel also, and the colour purple, are associated with forgiveness. And when this feather comes into our life, it may be that we need to forgive others, or just boost our higher vision, or we may even need to forgive ourselves about a certain situation that happened in our life. You know, sometimes we get ourselves involved with things that we wish we hadn't. In hindsight, it's a great thing, but we can forgive ourselves and others. They know it's hard, and they will be there to support us along the way with that, and we can call on Archangel Zadkiel for help with that. Then we have the beautiful colour pink, which I was always dressed in as a child, so now I don't wear so much. So it's a colour of love and compassion, and associated with the heart chakra, which is beautiful. And it's also attached to Archangel Chamuel, who boosts feelings of love in our lives, not only for ourselves but for others. But at this moment I feel like the angels are pushing us more to believe in ourselves. There's lots at the minute feeling like they have to change and be somebody else, or change to please other people. And what Archangel Chamuel is coming in with is that we are to be our happy, authentic selves, and we were made in the vision of God, and that makes us pretty much perfect to Him. So boost those feelings of love if you find a pink feather. Then we have the colour red, which is a colour of vitality, zest for life, security, and associated with the root chakra. And the Archangel Uriel, which was a beautiful angel, and he came to me in a meditation and he gave me a piece of gold, which was special to me. And Archangel Uriel, he helps us find our way. He lights the way for us to find a sense of inner peace. He also helps us to shed the feeling, because a lot of the time with the root chakra we feel like we need material objects around us. And I spoke yesterday to a friend, and I'd found myself feeling a little bit lost, and I was buying little trinkets. Not that I'm saying me crystals are trinkets, you know, I've had these for many years, but I was buying little trinkets that I didn't really need, trying to fill this void within me. And when the red feather comes, or Uriel, to us, it's about us finding our own inner peace rather than feeling like we have to accumulate lots around us to make us happy, because it's empty happiness at the end of the day, and it's about finding what makes you happy in there. Black feathers. Black feathers are often, or black is seen as negative or bad, but black feathers showing up, they actually repel negativity that can be around you. It also brings us greater clarity, because if you think about I research law, the symbolism behind the birds with black feathers, we have the beautiful blackbird who brings us clarity, hope and inspiration for our dreams, and we also have the magpie, and the magpie is automatically associated with the old rhyme, you know, one's for sorrow, two's for joy, three's for a girl, four's for a boy. I won't go through the whole song, but the magpie isn't necessarily negative. It actually is another sign that we're connecting with our higher selves and can help us find a greater clarity in life and vision. Green is the colour associated with healing, unity, harmony, which our earth could do with right now. Also health, our health. So we have Archangel Raphael, who can come to us, and he can help us make healthy lifestyle changes, you know, fitting in more exercise, even if it's just a stroll along the road or beach, anything, just fitting in a little bit of exercise, some healthy eating, don't expect us to give up everything, and drinking more water to revitalise our energy levels. Then we have the colour orange. Orange is a colour of success, willpower, vitality, emotional strength, and a great colour for manifesting. So if an orange feather shows up, I would really recommend writing down your hopes and dreams for the future, popping that feather on top of the piece of paper and keeping it somewhere safe for a little while. It's also associated with the sacral chakra, which can be sometimes that our emotions go a little bit up and down. So if you're feeling like that when the orange feather shows up into your life, you know, balance that chakra, but also send out those thoughts about success and emotional strength. Grey. Now I've had a few grey feathers. I love grey feathers. They're associated with my favourite word. Grey feathers are a sign of peace, neutrality, but also, as I say, my favourite word, hope. There is always hope. Never give up hope of a better tomorrow. You know, I've had times where I've been down in life and I've thought I can never get back on track. And with hope and faith in my angels and a lot of prayers being sent out to God, I've got back on track. And now I come to the feather, which changed my whole view. And there's a bit of a story to this feather, because I was going through a time where confidence was really low, and my confidence at time is my worst enemy. And as we know, yellow is a colour associated with the solar plexus, so your confidence. And I had been told by a friend that Spirit told her I needed to be more confident. And then later that day, my mother-in-law, who never, I'm not saying she's a horrible person, by the way, my mother-in-law showed up with a bunch of yellow flowers, which was really unusual. And then later on that night, I come into my living room and one of my naughty cats was playing on the floor and upturned this yellow feather, beautiful yellow feather. And I was like, it's winter, it's Liverpool, you know, where does this feather come from? And I posted it on my page, Touched by Nature, and somebody actually, I think, tried to insinuate that maybe I had a budgie or something, or live somewhere tropical, but I don't. I live in Liverpool. It was winter, winters are shut, I don't own a yellow feather boa, but there, in the middle of my living room floor, with my little cat playing with it, was a yellow feather, which was my third sign, because often the angels repeat signs to us as well. We also have the beautiful brown feather. And brown is a colour of respect, stability and grounding. So when the brown feather shows up, it's a need for grounding. But also, because here, as you'll see, on the edge is a beautiful streak of white. And we also have some white at the bottom. Brown feathers with white are a sign that happiness is on the way. So I like that one. And then we have blue. Blue is a colour of mental abilities, a connection to spirit, peace, knowledge, protection, strength, and it's associated with Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael brings us strength when we need it. He also helps light workers to embark on their path and find their way. So it's beautiful to find a blue feather. It can also help you cut the ties on negative situations, or maybe it's a sign when that feather shows up that you do need to cut the ties on negative situations around you. We also have, and I forgot about that with the yellow feather, Archangel Jophiel is associated with the colour yellow, and she helps us beautify our thoughts. So if your negative thoughts or your ego stepping in, she helps you let go of that and to boost beautiful thoughts into your life and into your surrounding energy. We also have the traditional white feather. And I have so many white feathers, it's unbelievable. I absolutely love them. And they are associated with peace, hope, spirituality and protection. They are also associated with Archangel Metatron, and a beautiful sign that your angels are near. And Archangel Metatron helps you to verify your thoughts, and also verify to those that are embarking on a spiritual path that you are on the right path. You know, don't waver, don't worry, keep going. Speak to them with faith and hope, and trust. They'll get you where they need you to be. So I hope that brings you a greater clarity of what feathers are about. It's not necessarily that you're just going to find the white, which I have an abundance of white feathers. You know, it could be a black, it could be a blue, it could be a purple. And actually, going back to the colour purple, my sister found a purple feather this week, and to me that meant the world, because my older sister, she's gone through a lot of healing this year, and the healing that she's done has helped her connect with her higher self, because our spiritual gifts are in our blood, so to speak, and it's part of our path. But she was not seeing that because she'd been through a lot of trauma in her life, so we have worked hard to release that trauma. We've also done a lot of forgiveness work, so for the purple feather to show up right now when she's doing healing work and connecting with her higher self and her intuition, to me was amazing. And again, this shows how people can disregard them. She found it, the little purple feather, which I've got older black from it just to show, and she was like, what do you mean? And I said, Maria, you've been doing your healing work, and you know, that's showing up. That's a great sign that you're on the right track with your spiritual work and your healing work. And she's like, but it's just a purple feather, it's fell off a feather boa. And I went, when was the last time you were around a feather boa or a purple feather? And she said, December last year, the beginning of December. I said, well, Maria, we're mid-February. Do you not think that it would have shown up a lot sooner than now? They'll send you the signs when you need them. All you have to do is to be open to receiving those signs. So, from now on, or if you believe in it, don't disregard the different colour feathers. Do a little bit of research. The angels and spirit love us to research. You know, it's not necessarily that we'll know everything at once. It's about taking the signs they give to you, doing a little research and building on your knowledge, and the world will become your oyster. Thank you for listening. Hope you've enjoyed it.